Ciao comrade, hola compañero, welcome, pleasure. Imagine you just received your brand new Android-based handheld, you just unboxed it, you booted it up, and then you're gonna find out there is absolutely nothing installed. No emulators, no games, no anything. Clearly, it's not the case anymore for my handheld because I installed plenty of them, like PS2, PS3, PS Vita, PSP emulators, Switch, 3DS, Xbox 360, and even the latest PC emulator. Many people think that to install any of these it's super complicated and hard, but it is not. Usually it's super easy and very straightforward. And that's the purpose of this video, to show you how easy it can be to install your favorite emulator and play your favorite old school retro games. Let's start with the PSP. All you need to do is to go to Play Store and install it from there. Then you just need to download the game and launch it. How hard is that? For PSP emulation we're gonna be using PPSSPP. We're gonna click install, installed, and now we can launch it. Okay, we're gonna skip this step and now we are inside the emulator. Now we just need to find our games. My games are on my micro SD card, in a ROMs folder and inside the PSP. I'm gonna press use this folder, allow, and voila, all my games are here. Then I wanna play this game, I just click on it and we are playing it. As you can see, all the buttons are working straight out of box. Sometimes you need to map them or sometimes they are mapped automatically. And now we're in the game and pretty much that's it, now you can play it. If you wanna open emulator settings, you just press some of these buttons. This one, L2. And here you can do save states, so let's do that. You're gonna be using that often. Now I go to options and I can load the state. Here in the settings under graphics you can change rendering resolution, you can go higher if your chip is gonna allow it. Then you can do also plenty other things like show FPS counter, I like that one. Then when we go to controls, here we can remap all the controls. Let's say I wanna have B as my X because I've noticed it was swapped, so I'm gonna delete this one and I'm gonna press B. But now we have two B's, so I'm gonna delete this B. The circle is gonna be A. And that's pretty much it. Now we can play all the PSP games out there. Let's carry on with another very simple emulator that you can also find in your Play Store. We're gonna type in Flycast, that's a Dreamcast emulator, install and play. Again, first thing it's asking is that we should add game folder. So I'm gonna do that. Again, it's on my SD card and Dreamcast. Use this folder. Allow. Again, we can play straight away. No setup required, no BIOS files, no anything. And here when I press D-pad, we can already control it, working straight out of box. So let's play Res. And just like that, we play in Dreamcast game. No setup required, just install the emulator from a Play Store and provide your game in a correct format. Now as you can see, the game is running in 4:3, so maybe we wanna change that. So let's go into settings, let's press settings, and here you can see general controls, video, audio, network, advanced, about. We wanna change aspect ratio, I think it's gonna be in a video. And yes, indeed, it's here, widescreen. I'm gonna click that. Super widescreen game cheats. Okay, I'm gonna click everything. Then I'm gonna click done. And now the game is displayed on a full screen. Here also I press menu button and again save state right here. I'm gonna save state if I wanna load it, load state, that's it. As easy as that. Here in the video settings we can also change, increase or decrease internal resolution to go higher or lower. This again depends on how strong your chip is. Another emulator. Now we can do DS emulation. It's also very easy. Just install the Melon DS from the App Store and set ROM directory. Your games are gonna be stored differently, so you need to choose the folder where your games are stored. My games are stored again in a DS folder, so I'm gonna use this folder, allow, and that's it, all games are here. I have it here twice because it's in a .zip format and unzipped .nds format. But it looks like Melon DS is also able to play games in a zip format, which is great. I'm not gonna be telling you where to get your games, cause it's pretty easy to Google such information. And we can play straight away, but our controls are not working. Let's go into settings. Settings are always launched with different buttons, so we need to experiment, try all of your buttons. So let's go to settings, input, key mapping. So now we just quickly map it, A as A, B as B. And just like this we're playing, all the buttons are functional, but I don't like the screen, so we're gonna try to change that. Okay, looks like this emulator doesn't support single screen only, which is a shame. Therefore, I've uninstalled it and I've installed Drastic. Clearly, there are so many emulators out there. You can always try one, see if you like it. If not, uninstall it and try a different one. I don't like Melon DS because, you know, I can do the single screen. It's possible with the Drastic. I've just downloaded it, but it's not on the Play Store, so I've just downloaded the APK. It's right here. Now I'm gonna enable installation unknown apps from this source, and now we can install it. Open. Okay, yes, okay. Buttons work. Let's load our folder. Yes, use this folder, allow, and we are here. Start the game, and just like that we are again right in here, no BIOS required, and we are playing. But I want to do the same thing, so I go to settings, and here we can swap the screens or make one larger. Yes, now swap it. This is what I wanted to do all the time, but again it's a bit blurry, so let's try to upscale it. Menu, options, video, high resolution 3D rendering. And now I can see the game is really sharp and nice, so I'm satisfied. I can move on to a different emulator. For 3DS emulation, I'm gonna use Citra MMJ. You're not gonna find it on a Play Store, so you need to Google it. Here I'm on the Citra MMJ. Ideally you wanna download from GitHub if you can find anything. Here is the APK. File might be harmful. Yes, download anyway, I'm aware. Download it, install it, open it. Allow, add folder with our games. It looks like I cannot choose different location, just the internal storage. So I need to copy the games from SD card to my internal storage. Some emulators can do it. I'm aware PS Vita emulator also doing this. They are in internal storage now. Let's launch Citra again. We choose download folder, Super Mario Land. It's a go time and we're playing. Buttons working. Now I'm changing the screens again for the full screen, custom layout. I don't want this small one. We can leave it just in the corner, and this one is full screen. Okay, done. Plays nicely. I think I want to a little bit increase the resolution, so I go to settings. Here we can also hide input buttons, so they're not shown. And we can upscale 2x, not 1x, so it should be much sharper. Yeah, and I can see straight away it's really sharp. Looks like it's running about the same, the frame rate didn't take a hit. And just like that, I'm playing 3DS on my Odin 3. I'm looking for save states. Some newer emulators don't support it. Looks like Citra doesn't support it. Let's move on to PS2 emulation. You're not gonna find this emulator on the Play Store. You can find here other emulators, but I don't have really experience with them, so I'm not gonna be using them. I really like the Either SX2, and this is like its fork, Nether SX2. Even according to AI, as you can see, Nether SX2 is the best Android emulator out there. Here we are on the official GitHub release page. I'm going to releases. Looks like the latest update for this one was at the December 25th, which is not bad. Now we're gonna install the APK, open it, and there are just few more necessary steps before the games can be played. Next, expectations, okay. Here we can choose emulator presets based on your chip, how strong it is. I will leave it on optimal. And now we need to import BIOS. Like usually you just type what you need into the Google and it will show you everything. I'm gonna install also 7-zipper. I think I don't have it because I need to extract the files. Okay, let's extract it. They are all here. BIOS has been imported. Next step, game directories. Again, we'll just choose folder with our games. My games are in my PS2 folder. Use this folder, allow. Next, setup complete, finish, and we can play. Here you can see all the supported game formats. Every emulator supports different game formats, clearly. Majority of them support ISOs, but some like Citra support this specific kind. Again, I'm not really able to talk about this freely because, you know, YouTube rules, guidelines. But as I said, the information is all clearly visible online, on the internet, on the Reddit forums, everywhere. And here we are inside the emulator, it's showing us all the games. Looks like my buttons doesn't work, so we go to menu. Here we press this D-pad, controller port 1, automatic mapping, Odin controller complete, sorted, yeah, now it works. Then like usually all you want to do most of the time is just save state, load state, so you just click, you're gonna save it and load it. Then I also don't want to see the buttons, so we're gonna remove them. We go again to the D-pad, touch screen. I will put auto hide delay to 1 second and they will automatically delay. And then I'm always adding quick save, quick load and fast forward. Now they disappeared, it's nice. Now we can also put it on a full screen. So we go to cogwheel, graphics, we're gonna scroll down and we're gonna enable widescreen patches. Not all games do support it, but this one does support it. As you can see, it's widescreen, nice. If the game wouldn't support it, you would just change aspect ratio, but they would just stretch the image. It wouldn't be like scaled properly. Okay, here I'm playing the game, but I can see quite a lot of jagged edges, so I'd like to upscale it. I'll go to graphics, upscale multiplayer. I think 2x is gonna be fine. Yeah, now it's much more pretty. We can kill some enemies and then we can move on to different emulator. It's gonna be PS Vita emulation. For PS Vita we're gonna be using Vita 3K Android. It's also not on the Play Store. Latest release is always on the GitHub. Here it is, Vita 3K Android, release 12. Download the APK. Now install the APK, install, open. We want to use English language. This is okay. Now we need to download firmware and font package. You don't need BIOS for Vita 3K, but you need these two. And you can simply just download it by clicking right here. You're gonna scroll down and here download update. You're gonna click, hold and download link. Keep, it's downloading. And now we're gonna download the font package. Font package has also been downloaded. It's downloaded. Now let's get back to emulator, install it, install the other one, and we are ready. We press a few more times next and okay, and we are ready. We don't want to see this next time. Close, create user, user 1, confirm, okay, automatic user login, and we are here. We can play games. Well, but there are no games as of right now, so we need to install them. We're gonna do it clicking on the file. And I'm always using the option install zip. It should be in my PS Vita folder here. Yeah, it's here. Okay, looks like it failed to install. I'm not sure why. I don't have any other game to install. But as you can see in my Retroid Pocket 4, yeah, you just install it like that. Once the game is installed, you just click on it and launch it. When we want to change anything, we go to settings by pressing the back arrow. Then we go back and now we go to configuration settings. And here we can play with a bunch of things. Like in a GPU, we can upscale the game so it looks more sharper. As of right now, there is no save states or load states in the Vita 3K. Then if your Android device has Snapdragon chipset, you can also change GPU driver. This is useful to change when some game is not working properly or has some kind of glitches. Like here, I'm playing Uncharted Golden Abyss and there are some glitches as you can see. Unfortunately, there is nothing I can do about it because on this Retroid Pocket 4 Pro there is no Snapdragon chip. Then if we want to change like controls or remap anything, we go again into settings and here we go into controls, overlay. We can show or hide on-screen buttons. Let's move on. Switch emulation, I'm gonna be using Eden. Looks like it's best Android Switch emulation as of right now. But whatever you're gonna use, the steps are always almost the same. You're not gonna find these emulators on the Play Store, so we need to go to GitHub. Here we are on the official GitHub release page. I'm gonna scroll to releases. So I think I'm gonna download this optimized APK. Or maybe I'll just download standard. Yeah, sounds better to me. Standard, optimized, legacy. Install the APK. Open, grant permissions, set up emulator data, and now we need to provide keys and games folder. Okay, I've just installed the keys and we can already play some games. It wanted me to install firmware as well. I didn't do it, but I think it's recommended. I'll do it later. Here I just launched Bayonetta and looks like it works absolutely fine. There are just the buttons, so we can get rid of them. We go to menu with some button, pause emulation. And here we can see all the settings. Looks like save states are also not supported. Performance overlay, input overlay, enable overlay auto hide, yes. And just like this, you can play Switch games on your Android handheld. The emulation on Android is really improving and I'm a big fan of it. I'm aware there are even some PS3 emulators already for Android, so let's try to install that. This is my first time, but I think it's not gonna be as hard, similar like all the other emulators. According to the AI, the best as of right now is APS3E. I've installed it from the Play Store, now I'm gonna launch it. Welcome. Next step, select firmware. Okay, we need to download firmware. I'm just downloading the firmware. It's 196 megabytes large. This is from archive.org. I just typed it in Google and it showed me the correct way. Firmware is downloaded. Now we can choose it. Installing firmware. Next step, games directory. This I'm gonna select from firmware. That's okay. Use custom driver. Okay, next step, finish. Set ISO directory. Use this folder. Allow. Okay, I don't have any ISOs. I've downloaded ISO format game, and when I launch it, it's doing the modules, and it works, just like that. PS3 game on your Android handheld. And we are here. I downloaded this game because it's quite small. Here I'm including a little bit of gameplay footage from the PS3 Android emulator. As you can see, it was running very good, but this is a simple game. I haven't tried any other game, but I'll be releasing a full video for this emulation because it's really intriguing for me. Now let's move on to Xbox 360 emulation. Here it is. AI says it's also available on the Play Store. We can install it, contain ads, yeah. Here is the advertisement, of course. Continue to app. List of games is empty, please set the game directory. Set games directory. Not sure if my games are again in a correct format. We'll see shortly. Xbox 360. Use this folder. Allow. It's also some small game. Ah, works. No firmware required, nothing. Just like that. Xbox 360 on an Android. Pretty wild, if you ask me. Reload, how? I'm gonna map the controls, key mappers. Okay, this is done, but I can see the sticks, not sure where are they. Let's try it again. Just like this, we're playing Xbox 360 game. This emulator is just in beta, so not sure how many games are gonna be playable or compatible as of right now, but I'm sure the improvements are going to come sooner or later. Overall, I'm very impressed. I see here original Xbox emulation is also available for Android. This is also a new emulator. I'm not gonna be installing it in this video, but what I'm gonna be installing is a Gamehub. This one is also available on the Play Store, but it looks like it's not in my country, unfortunately. I'm gonna get this one, Gamehub Lite, and it's for playing PC games on your Android handheld. Okay, and just like that, I installed APK and it looks like it works. Import PC games. I'm not sure if I have any PC games available at hand. I'm gonna quickly check it. Looks like I can also import, synchronize Steam Play data. I'm gonna try to log into my Steam account. Looks like I'm logged in, so I can install some games straight away, some smaller in size preferably. I've installed Alien vs Predator Classic 2000. Let's try to play it. Download the firmware. I guess we're just gonna wait. It's still downloading Proton. Okay, looks like we're going somewhere. Find, couldn't find Gecko. Install, yes please. How do I do that? Gecko installer. Okay, install it. Nice, looks like it works. We are in 4x3, but it definitely works. Let's kill this guy. Let's kill this guy. Gamepad management, touchscreen. Okay, you've seen it yourself. It works, which I'm very surprised by. Gamehub Lite application definitely works, as you've seen, even linking it to my Steam account and downloaded the games and playing it like that. I'm seriously impressed. I haven't tested new emulator for a nice while. I've seen some older PS3 emulation videos and it looked like it needed more work, but now it seems they have improved it quite a bit. Same with Gamehub. I've seen comments like linking it to Steam account is not working properly, but it worked for me first try. As I said, I'm truly impressed. Great job by all the developers, big up to all of them. I'm gonna be making more emulation videos, especially about PS3, Gamehub, and I want to try more Xbox 360 too. I hope this video proved to you that Android higher emulation is really easy to do, and there are a lot of benefits to it. Android chips are getting really strong, and all of this makes perfect sense to me. Thanks to you for watching, thanks to all of my members and Patreons for their continued support, it's greatly appreciated, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.